All right. You with us momentarily. Woo! There he is.
What's going on, guys?
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Thunderstruck
What's up,
himself.
guys? What's going on, Fishy?
How much, man? So grateful you accepted to do my first episode of Coming It Up with Fishy.
Heck yeah.
So you were live earlier, yeah?
Yes, sir.
You get anything?
We caught 7 smallmouth bass altogether.
Nice. Any showstoppers?
Nah, the biggest one was right around 2 pounds.
Hey, that's not bad. What's up? Yeah, it's live. I'm pretty sure we're live, right?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah. All right. So first thing I want to do is gas up Thunderstruck a little bit here. He has 4,310 subscribers. And I don't know if you know this, Thunder, you're close to 1 million views. Are you aware?
We're getting close, man. We're getting close.
117,258 views. How
We're
about
getting
that?
close. That is awesome.
You're doing fantastic. Outstanding. All right. How's everyone in the chat doing? We got about 11 people here.
Here we got Skipjack Cindy, Crypto Billy, Organic Machine Dean, Miss Thunderstruck,
That's what's up.
Emmykins.
I went fishing earlier. I didn't go live, but I went fishing with another fish tuber. And I caught my first ever white bass.
Nice. How
Yeah.
big?
I'd say I didn't weigh it or measure it, but I'd say it was probably about 14 or 15 inches. Oh,
Nice.
I got a new hat. Check out the merch.
Oh, dude, I like it. I like it.
All right, so I got some questions here. I think we'll get going.
Alrighty.
And I already know the answer to a lot of these, so it'll be more for the audience and then whoever tunes in later. But
Right on.
where are you located? Where are you from, Thunder? Wait, before I start the questions, do you want to be called Justin or do you want to be called Thunder?
Whatever you're comfortable with, man. It doesn't bother me.
I think for branding purposes, it's fun to call you Thunder.
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's do Thunder. Where are you from, Thunder?
We're located in North Arkansas in the Ozark Mountains.
Nice. And what kind of bodies of water you got there that you fish?
So we've got some stream or spring-fed creeks and rivers. We got Crooked Creek, we got White River, we've got there's Clear Creek, there's Clabber Table Rock Lake, and the Arkansas River and the Mississippi River is not terribly far from us. 4 to 5 hours to get to the Mississippi River.
Hi, Valentine.
No, I didn't.
All right.
I didn't. Can you? Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I can just say hi to people. What's up, Smurfy? What's up, Valentine? I'm Lotta Dream Girl. Chris.
Going on, everybody?
How's everyone doing tonight? We're just interviewing Thunderstruck here a little bit. To catch you up, he's almost to 1 million views, guys. He's at 917,258. Doing it big time.
That is incredible.
Isn't it? All right. What was the first fish you ever caught?
I'll be real honest. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
All right. Okay. So how far back can you remember? Obviously, you caught some when you were a kid.
I mean, yeah. So some of the first fish I remember catching when I was growing up towards Memphis, Tennessee, and around the area. We grew up behind the levee of the Mississippi River because my dad was a commercial fisherman. So I know that I've caught a lot of catfish, and I've caught a lot of bluegill, and I've caught a lot of gar, drum, carp. I mean, there's a lot of them, man. But I know catfish was the big deal with my dad, and that was what we mainly went for was catfish. So it wouldn't surprise me if my first was a cat.
Right. Well, so when you say catfish, are we talking channels, blues, flathead, all of it? What are we talking here?
All of them. So we
All
would
of
we
them?
would string out trot lines and jug lines and yo-yos, and we'd
Hold on,
catch.
time out. What's a yo-yo?
Okay, so yo-yo is a device. It's round. It's got some nylon string in it. You
Hmm.
tie it to a limb. So instead of just having a regular old limb line that has just a dangling string, this has a spring-loaded reel. So when you pull it out, you have a little bar that locks into a notch, and
Yeah,
it keeps it sprung. And then when a fish pulls on it, it unlatches and then springs back, so that it like kind of holds the fish. It makes tension on the line, so it's less chance of the hook coming out of the mouth.
right. Awesome.
So
Yeah.
so we did commercial fishing. So we caught mass amounts of catfish and sold them to the fish markets. And so catfish was our main goal. And I remember we had a 20-foot John boat, and I remember days where we had that whole boat just full. We were sitting on top of fish to get back to the boat dock.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right. What is the biggest fish you've ever caught?
So my biggest fish, I got to go on a spoonbill snagging trip, which I will not do again. But
Yeah.
my biggest fish is a 51-pound spoonbill.
Okay. Right on. Good
And
fish.
I'm not a big fan of snagging a fish like that, and a lot of people will snag them and release them, and that
Yeah.
just causes a lot of damage to the fish, and I'm not really okay with that. So me personally, I don't like spoonbill fishing.
Yeah. In my state, it's actually illegal to even take a spoonbill out of the water. Like even if you're releasing it, like if you accidentally snag it, you're supposed to get
Yeah.
in the water with it and unhook it in the water. They're super
Yep.
protective. I think it's like a $20,000 fine if you get caught like trying to take it.
Yeah, that's steep.
What what's your favorite fish to catch and eat?
It's a toss up between smallmouth bass. Well, no, I take that back. My favorite to catch is between smallmouth bass and catfish. Now, I
Okay.
love catching the smallmouth because they're such a small fish with such a strong fight.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So so I love catching the smallmouth. Now, the catfish, because of the size that you can catch,
Yep.
I love that there's always a chance you could catch a 50, 60, 70, 100+ pound fish.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. Love that. So
I don't
I'm
think people realize
always
how big they can get. You know what I mean?
Yep. So
Like,
I'm
yeah,
always super excited to go catfishing. And
same.
I'm fixing to start hitting them. Once the water starts going down, all the spring rain kind of slows down and that water in the lake starts going down. We're
Yeah.
gonna start hitting it up for some catfishing.
Awesome. I'll be there with you.
Heck
Not
yeah.
physically, but I'll be in your lives. Speaking of
Heck
which,
yeah.
I've been watching you put on some smallmouth clinics lately. You have been getting it, man. Very
Thank you.
impressive. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you for sharing your experiences with us. I love it. I love going into lives and watching people catch fish when I can't personally be out myself. Obviously I get out as much as I can too, but
Yep.
I think this is one of the most special as a fisherman, as a fish enthusiast, right? This is like one of the most special things about YouTube is the fishing community is massive. I mean, there's nothing
Yes.
like it on television or anywhere. So
Nope.
pretty awesome. All right. Did we ask what's your favorite fish to eat?
So I really like walleye because they're a nice white, flaky,
Mhm.
super clean kind of fish. I also really like gar meat. Gar meat is super, super good. But when you eat gar meat, you have to have it fresh. You can't let it cool down and get cold and then heat it back up. It doesn't work that way. It gets super tough It's weird. You gotta eat it fresh. Um, and then I
Pike,
also really like what's that?
pike's a lot like that too. I think pike and gar are very similar meat. Northern
Okay.
pike. Yeah.
We don't have them here, so I've never got to experience pike or muskie.
Yeah.
Um, but I really like catfish.
Yeah.
Catfish is probably one of my favorite fish to eat. Definitely.
Now, does it matter which species? Do you prefer one over the other?
Not necessarily. So I do like the blue cats, I think, taste wise the best. Flatheads have more of a fishy taste, I think, like a stronger fish taste. And the channel cats are kind of in between.
Okay.
So I think I like blue cats a little better. They tend to have a little bit more of like a sweeter taste, so to say.
Interesting. Maybe one of these days I'll have to eat a blue cat. We don't have them up north, but I did catch two with Cindy when I went to Tennessee, so that was pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
Um, let's see here. All right. You have any fishing superstitions or like lucky charms or anything like that? None?
No, bro, I'll say this on the camera. So I'm a very plain guy. Like
Sure.
I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in a lot of things. So I'm just a very plain guy. I don't have lucky charms. I don't have superstitions. I don't believe the whole walking under a ladder,
Right.
finding crossing a black cat's path or anything like that. It's just I don't know. I've just never really been that way.
You get out there and you catch fish, man. So I guess you don't need any lucky charms, right?
I guess.
You have any unbelievable or like crazy fishing stories? Anything crazy ever happened when you're fishing?
Not really. No. I mean, just catch fish and go home pretty much. I mean, I've had my run-ins with some rude people and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and there's the occasional not so great fishing story, but I can't really say I've had anything like crazy happen too much.
fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Do you have or have you ever had any pet fish?
Pet fish. So, yes, when I was a kid, I used to have a couple aquariums that just had some mixed, like, tropical species of fish in 'em. And then I did have a big aquarium that I kept a few bass, catfish, and bluegill. And, so I learned real fast. I was pretty young. I was probably like 7, 6, 7, somewhere in there. I
Sure.
found out real quick that when you have catfish, bass, and bluegill, the bluegill disappear pretty quick.
Yep. Yep.
And then all of a sudden one day there's no bass, and then all that's left is catfish. So figured out real quick that you can't put all those together because they will eventually end up only being one species.
Those are facts. What's up? What's up, Fat Cat? What's up, Quinn Naughty, Miss Lee, Miles Walker, and Ministry Music? What else we got in the chat here? I think I named
Smurfy,
everything else off. Oh, Smurfy. Love me some Smurfy. What's up,
Mr.
everybody?
Smurfy, what's going on, everybody?
I might have to queue up a lot more questions for my next one. Oh, okay. The chat's got a few questions for us. Here we go. What's your favorite lure or rig setup?
Okay,
By
so
Quinn
my
Naughty.
favorite, what's that?
Quinn Naughty asked this question.
Oh, okay. So my favorite lure, I don't really use a whole lot of lures. I'm not real big on the artificial stuff, but so during the lower water part of the season, during the hot summer and stuff, I will throw a 3-inch tube jig. We call them a gets it down here. It's
Gets
just
it.
people call them squid jigs. People call them different things, but I call them a gets it. And it's just a 3-inch tube jig. I take a 3/16 ounce or 5 gram lead head, put down in it, tie it on the line, jig it across the bottom like a crawdad.
Okay.
That's pretty much my only other go-to other than live bait. I do have a lot of crappie man jigs,
Mhm.
stuff that he makes, and I'm gonna try and put a lot of it to the test this summer when the water goes down because I never really have had a whole lot of luck with artificial, and that's why I don't really use it.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna
Yeah.
put his
I'm
to
kind
the
of the same
test.
way. I'm a live bait guy myself. That's
Yep,
99 out of 100 times I'm putting, whether it's a worm or a minnow or what have you, or bread or corn,
crawdad.
with a weight, get it out there, bait
Yep,
and
yep.
weight, baby, you know?
And so on the tube jig that gets it, my favorite color is a pumpkin seed.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
So
I mean, that probably looks a lot like the actual color of a crawdad, I would
it's
imagine.
very similar. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Crypto Billy wants to know, have you ever had flounder or redfish?
I don't believe so. I
Me
don't
either.
think so.
And then Quinn Noddy has another question, although I think you kind of already answered it because you answered what pet fish you had, and he wanted to know if you ever had a peacock bass.
A peacock bass?
Yeah. It's a South
No.
American variety. It's just like a largemouth bass, except it's like very tropical and colorful, but like body shape and behavior wise, same as a largemouth bass. I actually had a pet one of those once. Pretty
Yeah, no,
nutty.
I've seen them, but I've never had one, no. They're
Yeah,
pretty. Very
yeah,
pretty.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. They get huge. I mean, just a South American bass. That's all.
Nice, nice.
Let's see here. Uh, all right. Does the audience have any more questions for Thunderstruck? Let's see here.
No more questions.
No more questions. Hmm. You got any stories, shout outs, anything you want to say to everyone?
I mean, all I can say, man, is this whole YouTube experience it's been crazy, man. Like I am still awestruck, man. I'm mind blown from simply starting this YouTube thing thinking, I'm just gonna get a couple of people watching here and there, whatever, I mean, no big
Right.
deal.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, then it was like talking about getting monetized and getting paid by YouTube, and it's just it keeps going, and it's like I never expected it. I never figured I would have.
Well, you got a vibe, man. You're not just a great fisherman. You're a great dude, and you got a vibe, and people like it. You know what I mean? And so that's why your chats get so full. You get so many regulars. You know, I'm one of them. I'm a Thunderstruck fan, and it's like I was nervous because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna interview Thunderstruck. This is crazy. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
just like it's wild. You're a cool guy. You're a lot of man. Can I just tell you, I love your sense of humor. Your like sneaky sarcasm just kills me, man. Like it's just, you get a troll or off the wall comment or whatever, and you just run with it and be like, yeah. Like the other night, you were I can't remember what it was. Someone asked if you were fishing, right? And it was like it couldn't be more obvious. There's holes in front of the camera with lines in the water, and you're just without missing a beat. There's no like difference in tone. Just like, no, we're actually fixing a truck right now. That's an 856 big block right there. And it's like from your tone, like I believed you. I was like, am I hallucinating? I could have swore we were fishing, but your tone was so believable. Man.
Dude, that's my favorite way to be humorous, man.
I love it.
Just go with it, just off the top of the head, and just roll with it.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. You got an awesome vibe, great attitude. Your attitude's another thing. Like we all get it where people will come into our lives and try to get us into like a negative mindset, whether it's not
Yeah,
even necessarily attacking us, just putting out like whether it be sad stuff. And I get that people have things going on. I always kind of think it's weird that people come into like fishing lives to like talk about their problems. But you know what? If it's legit, Like we'll talk about their problems. Like let's get it handled. But you
Yep.
always put a spin on it. Let's find the silver lining. Let's get a good attitude. We're here to have fun. You know,
Yep.
like you're doing it, man. And it's awesome.
I appreciate it, brother.
I appreciate you. What else we got? Anyone else in here got any thunder stories? We'll give Chad a minute. I mean, yeah, why don't you, if you don't mind, so I'm going to try and get to an hour, and somehow we got through all my questions in 20 minutes.
Hey,
So,
bro, we're good. I'll sit here and
it's my
hang.
first episode. I'm still figuring things out. I don't know why I thought that would take a lot longer, but could you maybe walk us through your YouTube journey in a little bit more depth? Like, where did you first get the idea to start a YouTube? Like, how did you
Okay,
get from
so
there to
so I guess it was back in 2015 is when I actually first started my channel, like made an account on YouTube. So I didn't make this account for anything other than just scrolling through some YouTube shorts crap, watching stupid videos on YouTube. And I went from so back in September of last year, I ran into NJ Fishing Maniac,
oh,
and
he's a too.
I started watching his channel and got into. I mean, I came back and watched it again, and I came back and I just kept watching it, and it was like, this is pretty awesome. And I had all these other channels of just random dumb stuff that I was subscribed to and stuff. I didn't really understand the whole YouTube thing. I just knew I could watch dumb stuff and subscribe
Right.
to channel, and then I seen more dumb stuff. So, and literally, I mean, like the not so good part of YouTube is what I was watching. So I got to where I was watching NJ, and then I ran into Anyfin as Possible,
Another
and then
great
I
one.
also
Trying
I
to get
also
him on
ran
the show.
into yeah, he's a great guy. Um, Also ran into Steven Turner, Crappie Man Jigs,
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Skeeter,
Yep.
Fishing with Steve.
Yep.
Uh, I mean, just so many great channels. I started kind of following and finding on NJ Fishing Maniac, and I was jumping over and finding their channels, and then I started getting into their community, and so before I started finding everybody, when I was still just kind of watching the first couple, which was Steven Turner, NJ, and Anything is Possible. Um, I'm pretty sure it was Steven Turner or NJ. One of them was like, pretty much asked me, they were like, well, how often do you go fishing? And it was like, I mean, pretty much every day, any chance that I get. And they're like, well, why don't you start putting content out? And I'm like, I don't really like being on camera, so I don't really have the intentions of doing that. And they were like, oh, you really should, and they kept on and kept on. And finally it was like, you know what? I'll just do some simple videos, So I put a couple out and they got some views and it was like, cool. And then I kept going on it and like other people started subscribing to my channel all of a sudden. And I started gaining subscribers because I was subbing to them and talking to them in chat and everything. And it's like, okay, so I started subbing everybody back, and it just kept going, and I kept meeting more people, and I kept putting more content out, and then I started being able to go live, and I mean that was the game changer. Once I went live, and I mean, don't get me wrong, the first couple of times it was like, nerves, and I mean, it was kind of nerve wracking, but now that I'm more comfortable with it, I can be myself. Here we are, I mean, I'm just me on camera and doing my thing, making some fishing videos, and all these amazing people are coming in and being a part of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's cool. I've got a pretty similar story. Only in my story, I was watching a YouTube fisherman in Wisconsin where I live, and kind of just like stealing his spots. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like I see him catch big fish here and there, and I'd be like, "Oh, I know where that is," and I'm gonna go there. And I ended up watching him for like probably 2 years, and then on one of his videos, he's like struggling to get this fish to shore, He's like, man, I wish somebody was here to help me with the net, right? And so after the video, no, not that moment, but after the video was over, I put in the comments, hey man, we're from the same area. If you want to tell me where you're going fishing at, I'll show up and man that net for you, right? That was about 6 months ago. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go fishing here and da 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 da. Come on. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go fish with a YouTube fisherman, right?
Heck
And I
yeah.
fished with him, and then we hit it off real good. You know what I mean? We chummed it up, right? And
Nice.
and we exchanged numbers, and I ended up going fishing with him a bunch more times after that. And then one of the times when we were fishing together, he said, he was like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go fishing all the time anyway. I may as well put a camera up and see what happens, right? And like it was just like light bulb. I go fishing all the time anyway too. Why don't I put up a camera and see what happens? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was 6 months ago. This is now. You know what I mean? This is 6 months later. I'm hosting Thunderstruck Fishing on an interview fisherman coming up with Fishy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's just crazy how it just takes one other fisherman, YouTube fisherman, to say, "Hey, why don't you do it too?" You know what I mean? And then
Hey,
like,
you
okay,
know something?
right?
You know something you should do too?
Huh.
Put that cigarette down.
All right, for you, Thunder, for you. Won't
No,
smoke
hey,
it.
check it out. Me and a couple other YouTubers are trying to get together and do a stop smoking thing.
Yeah, I did. I promised everyone that once I got monetized, I would stop.
Why
So
start then? Start now.
I really want a cigarette. I'm
Well,
really ready.
I do too now that I've seen you with one.
I'm sorry. I put it away. I'm sorry, man. Everyone's got to have a vice, right? I'll just drink my Baja
Hey, the
Blast.
only reason I said anything is because of the chat.
Oh, is the chat getting on me about it?
Uh-huh. He'll quit one live at a time.
Oh, that's a nice comment. I was trying to find the cigarette comments, but Wild 7 Adventures says, Fishy, Thunderstruck, Steve, Anyfin, Wild Hook Adventures, Duke City, and all of you guys are where I started respect for the community y'all have created. That's awesome, Wild 7.
Appreciate that, Wild 7.
Can I pin that? I got like this is how I do it. I got a lot of things going on here. I got like computer screens and like I got a whole deal over here. So, and I'm not actually that tech savvy. My wife set it all up and I'm supposed to figure it all out, but
Heck yeah, Alan. Congratulations on that, bro.
what did Alan say?
He was smoking 3 packs a day when he quit 3 years ago.
Oh
If
my
he can
god.
quit, anybody can.
That's right. Holy cow.
Well, I was at a pack and a half a day less than a week ago. And
Sorry.
I'm
We just said the things I've done with cigarettes in Tijuana. All right, go on.
but now I'm down to today I've had 6 so far today, and I'm gonna have my 7th one after the interview and everything when I get off of here. But starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be at 6 cigarettes a day. And after like a week or so, I don't know, I'm gonna try and go for so long and then drop myself down another one. And then just keep dropping down 1 cigarette at a time until I can just hopefully just quit thinking about them, quit smoking them, quit. I want to be done with it, dude. I'm spending over 5 grand a year, almost
Dude,
6 grand a year on cigarettes.
like the motivation to quit smoking is so much more about the money than it is my health. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I mean, dude,
take that
100%. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, oh my god,
and
that's
it's terrible that it's that way, but I mean, the way that today's economy is, I mean, that's 100% like, it's
yeah,
rough.
yeah.
It's rough.
It's depending on how much your cigarettes cost. I mean, it's like $10 a day that you could spend on something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other things I could spend money on. That's all I'm gonna say about
Yep.
that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was telling Julie. It was like, I mean, 5.5, 6 grand a year. I mean, 2 years, that's another vehicle. Like, that's that's another boat.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
another,
cupcake.
that
More work to the house.
Thunder. I was just at the Bass Pro Shop, and they've got like a boat shop connected, and I saw that you can get a big old pontoon boat for payments of $200 a month. Like a big, nice, brand new pontoon boat, man. Like $200 a
Yeah.
month. If I quit smoking, I'll save that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's a pontoon boat. Quit smoking for a
Yep.
pontoon. Like if someone told me I'll buy you a pontoon boat if you quit smoking, I'd be like, okay, I'm done. I'm not smoking no more. You know what I mean? Right. The problem is I need a bigger truck. Tell some cryptid stories. What's that? What do you
What?
know about cryptids? I don't know. Lee Powers says tell some cryptid stories. I don't know. CRYTIPDS.
Like
Oh, like the
Sasquatch.
Mothman and Bigfoot and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't believe in any of that.
Right.
Panic disorder will straighten you right out. And diabetes.
Sorry, panic attack. What's up, casting card? Nice to see you in here. Adam Weiss, what's up? What's up, man?
I had to do it for you, Smurfy. Out there where you're at, fat, they call it diabetes. Why are y'all trolling?
Right.
Sam
Because we're not
Squatch.
paying attention to the chat as much. Oh, it's trolling. We got this. Emmekins is
Oh,
watching.
you're so sweet, New Hampshire red blood.
What did he do? Oh, I missed it. Emmekins is on.
They've been here twice. Huh?
Oh, he's come back twice? Oh, he loves us.
They want to congratulate you on your LGBTQ union.
Oh, well, isn't
They
that
think
sweet?
it's lovely.
Isn't that lovely?
It must be the shirt, I guess.
Oh, I don't know. That shirt screams like Bob Marley Rastafarian to me.
That's straight up Bob Marley, bro.
Okay.
Every little thing is gonna be alright.
It'll be all right. What's up here, Coop? All right.
Yes,
What else?
same here, Ellen. So the waking up, the going to bed, and after cheering is the three main times that I like to have a smoke, but I've been trying to not. So
That's gonna be tricky. Are you gonna cheers with edibles instead?
can't.
No.
I don't get nothing from them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't get like the medicinal benefits of the whole reason I use.
It's hit or miss for me. Sometimes it's fantastic. Other times it's like, are you sure I did this? I don't even think so. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. What else I got? What else I got? So you got any like merch or anything?
Not
Like
yet. So
stickers? Nothing.
I haven't really figured out everything about the merch stuff. So I know that some people, I guess, like have it to where when you order, like, say, a shirt, then it goes through a different website or something somehow. Like, I haven't figured all that out, but I do want to try and get some stickers and stuff done here pretty soon.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm trying to
just
figure that out myself.
I'm financially struggling a little bit, so I'm trying to get things figured out without digging too deep in my pockets, you know.
Yeah.
But
we-
we'll get there eventually. We'll get there. We'll get some merch done. We'll have some stuff before too long.
Well, I'm gonna want some when you get some.
I'm definitely gonna be sending some out to the real good close supporters and everybody. And then we're also gonna
I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. I don't want free merch. Pay for it, you know. I know how it is, man. Like fishing ain't cheap, and when you got to do it every day for a show, you're talking gas, you're talking bait, you're talking
Yep.
weight, bobbers, whatever you use, new lines. You know what I mean?
Yep.
How often do you change your line? Here's a question for you.
What's that?
How often do you change your line?
Okay, so I have kind of just a self test that I do. Like every so often, I'll just grab a hold of my line, I'll twist it around my hands, I'll yank on it a few good times, and I mean, once you use line for so long, you kind of know
Oh,
how strong it's supposed to be, and
mhm.
so at certain times, sometimes it'll break, and like if I've strung a pole that's say like the one that I did today, it was I completely restrung in 20-pound test. And say like a month or two from now, I'm using it, I get hung up, and it seems like it breaks easy. So I grab that line and I'll self test it, and if it breaks easier than it should, or if it feels like it's frayed or been stretched, then
Yeah.
I'll pull some of that line off and try and see if we can pull some off and still use what's left on there and get
Yep.
to a better spot. If
Mhm.
not, then I just try and test it here and there. It really depends because some lines last longer than others,
Mhm.
and a thicker string like a 20-pound mono will last longer than a 6-pound mono. So
Yeah.
it just
So
kind of
you're a manual guy. I'm a braid guy. I like my braid.
I've had bad experience with braid. I've had it chew up the eyelets of my rods pretty bad.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't tend to use it. I like my mono. It just I've always used it. I know how it reacts and everything. So, and I don't fish any, like, unless I go to the lake. Everywhere else that I fish, there's not a whole lot of really big fish. Like there's a chance that I might hook onto like a 20 or 30-pound catfish,
Yeah.
uh possibly a 3 or 4 foot gar,
Yeah.
but they're just spotted gars or long nose gars, so they're not like real heavy. They're not super strong fish. So I mean, a 20-pound line is more than what I should be fishing with
Yeah.
technically in all the rivers and creeks.
Well, so I guess that's probably well. It's not really the actually. There's more. I got a lot of reasons why I'm a braid guy, but one of them is that one of the fish that I like to go after pretty frequently is sturgeon, and they can get several hundred pounds. So I need to have at least 80-pound test on there. You know what I mean? And
Right.
if I were to try to put 80-pound mono on a reel, I would need like the biggest saltwater reel. You know what I mean? Because like an 80-pound braid is like the diameter of like a 20-pound mono. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I can use a pretty reasonable reel and put like 80-pound braid on that reel, and it's just like
Yeah.
having 20-pound mono on it. The
Yeah, I
other reason
definitely.
I don't like how mono has memory. I don't know. That just drives me crazy. I hate like if you leave the bail open and then it like coils off or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. That stuff always
Yeah.
bothers me. I love how braid is just no memory. It's just straight. It's gonna do its thing. I just find to have a lot less complications with it.
Yeah.
That's just me. Everyone likes what they like. We like what we get used to, and like people have been hammering me. So many people are like, "You got to use a bait caster." I'm like, "Why? I catch 150-pound sturgeon with a spin cast." Like, what? You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm not gonna use bait caster because I can do everything with a spin cast that you can do with bait cast. So
Yep.
you know.
I mean, and I agree with that. Like, I mean, I use both. I use spin reels and I use bait casters both. So like today, I had a bait caster and a open face spinning reel sitting side by side today.
Right on.
I am set in my ways, fat cat. That is true. I'm
I
very
am
set
too
in my
fat.
ways.
I think that's a fisherman thing. Like we stick with what works. Like if you catch a fish on this equipment this way, like you're gonna keep going back and trying to do the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like,
That's right.
I've caught plenty of fish
Yeah.
this way, so I'm gonna keep doing it this way. Dig on it.
Julie calling me out over here. Yeah, he's got that old timers mindset. That's
And
just
it
how I
came
grew up.
pointing at me.
He's an old soul. Yes, sir, crypto. Very.
100%.
I was born like 100 years too late. I'm not even kidding. Like if I was born 100 years ago, I think I would have been so much happier.
Yeah, I'm a wild man. I do my best living in the forest. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. Same
through all
here.
this technology and these
Ceramic
streets and these
insert.
whatever. Give me some trees and some rivers, and I'll be all right.
Yep. Fishy's a wild man.
That's right. Any more questions from the chat? What do we got going on? You want to shout out here? So, how long have you been going live for?
Let's see. I started putting stuff in September, and I want to say probably by October I was already going live.
Okay.
Over
That's just this
October,
year?
November.
Or
What's that?
2024? In 2024, we're talking?
Yeah, just
Okay.
at the end of last year. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, you are killing it, man. You're killing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like I haven't been doing this very long, and all of a sudden it just like started exploding, and I did not expect it. I did not anticipate it. I did not prepare for it, and so I'm just out here winging it, trying to hope that I keep doing it right and it keeps on working. You know.
Right, absolutely. I mean, how would you even prepare for a thing like this? Like, what is this? I don't even know what we're doing right now. What's going on?
That's exactly it, man. It's still just kind of I'm still trying to figure it out. It's all new. If I was born 100 years ago, I wouldn't be here today. How do you know that? You don't know that I'm gonna die before I'm
Yeah,
100.
lots of people live past 100.
Yeah, come on, fat cat.
Happens all the time.
Jeez.
You are pretty
Gosh, who
stupid.
do you think you are, fat cat? Tell us.
So Julie's over here been working on a blanket for me the last few days. Well,
Okay.
for the last little while. Hand me that whole stack.
It's only been a few days.
Or stacks, I should say. So she's making these things called granny squares,
Oh,
and then she's gonna make me a blanket out of all of them, and it's gonna be freaking awesome, dude. So she's making these.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, my wife would love that. My wife is like so into skulls.
Waiting for it to come out.
She's over there rubbing her hands like, oh,
That's the stack of them that she's got done already.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then she's gonna take all these and put them side by side and sew them all together and make a big blanket out of them.
Nice.
It's gonna be wicked awesome.
She
Julie
crochets.
crochets.
Yeah,
Right on.
yeah, she crochets.
Heck yeah. Woo! Cheers. Oh, what else?
Ah,
Let me get this guy over here.
hey,
What's the word?
you still got a little ways to go, man. Still got like 18 minutes to go here.
I know. I'm trying to look for more ideas to talk about. You got anything? You guys got anything?
Yeah. I got something. What you got in the
Alright.
fish tanks behind you?
Oh, all right. We can do that. Here, I'll tuck into this. I know. So, okay, hold on. Let me get this flipped around there. Okay. All right.
Oh, nice.
We got some crappie in there. It's hard to really see all that well because it's still really cloudy. I just set these up in the past couple weeks, and I got some suckers in there.
Nice. Oh, there we go. I
Couple
can see them
bluegill.
really good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. I'm starting. It's a collection. Like, so I'm also in a lot of aquarium groups on YouTube. And I don't like ice fishing. So in the wintertime, my channel is probably going to be a little bit more about aquariums and stuff. And so I'm
Gotcha.
starting these wild aquariums. And then over here, I just got a bunch of shiners in this one. So this one's just kind of a bait tank, keep my bait fresh, so that
Gotcha.
anytime I'm about to go fishing, I just grab a couple live shiners out of here, and I'm good to go.
Nice.
Hopefully someday I'll get to. Then I suppose I could show the tanks upstairs too. We could go do that. Is the guppy tank all algaed out? Yeah, the big one's not in good shape right now. I got to clean that one. Yeah, pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I got a
Heck yeah.
long way to go. I envision this room becoming. I want to get like 11 tanks in here. I think 11 or
Oh,
12.
nice.
Yeah, I want to go all out. I really want to get into it. Like, I don't just love fishing. I genuinely love fish. Like, I really think. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't explain it. I just really, really like fish.
It's understandable. I mean, I like fish. I don't have anywhere that I can put an aquarium, so
Yeah. Yeah. The wife agreed to let. So I wanted to do a pond, right? But the wife said no ponds. I was going to put a pond in my basement. The wife said absolutely not. You cannot have a pond.
I want a
It's
pond.
like you can have as many aquariums as you want. And I was like, okay, bet. I'm going to do like
Hey,
12 aquariums.
Tommy.
finally new tired boss. We did good today. How many did you catch today, Tommy?
Yeah, I got a 110 upstairs, Valentine. Fishy, the Wisconsin Aquaman. Right.
Yeah, my cousin right there, Tommy.
Yeah.
He's a few hours south of me. He's down there where we used to do the commercial fishing and everything.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Caught 7 bullheads. Nice.
I've got another tank below these that I've got some bullhead in, but it's not set up for viewing right now. There's no lights on it or anything, so. But yeah, I've got some bullhead in here too.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I've got upstairs. I've got a 110 gallon with a koi and some bashirs in it, and then I've got a 20 long with like some guppies and stuff in it. And
Nice.
still growing. We'll get there.
The only thing I got's a blind raccoon in a cage in my living room.
Wait, is that for real?
Yeah.
You have a pet raccoon?
Yeah.
Hold
I
on,
would.
hold on. You have a pet raccoon.
Yeah.
I had a pet raccoon growing up.
You had a pet raccoon? My wife had a pet raccoon. Apparently, this is more normal than I thought.
His name is Racky.
It's my second
His
one.
name was Racky. Okay. Like, my wife grew up on a farm. A lot of us grew up on a farm in Wisconsin. This is how we roll.
I've had
I've
pet
I've worked on them.
I've had pet possum before, and I've
You
had
had a
two
pet
pet.
possum.
Yeah, I've had 2 pet skunks.
What? How can you have a pet
Yeah.
skunk? That sounds
So-
awesome. I mean, they're
so,
adorable. I've always thought, like, if they didn't.
My first one I bought at a pet store. It was a chocolate skunk, a dark brown colored skunk with a white stripe.
They sell skunks at pet stores in Arkansas.
I don't know if they still do, but this one I did. I bought this one at a pet store. Here a few years ago, they did some changes in the laws, and so it's kind of been a back and forth kind of thing. But now you can have, I think it's up to 7 possums, coons, skunks, squirrels, rabbits.
Wait,
Wild
they made
animals.
a law there that like you can only have 7. That's how common this is.
Yeah, because I mean, people used to have a lot more than that, and like they
my
got to
life.
where like people were like pretty much farming deer. They were just catching a whole
Okay.
bunch of wild deer and like keep farming them, and so that was the main reason that they made the law of you can't have any pet deer anymore. Like they won't allow it. And but the rest of them, the fur bearers and stuff, they changed it to where you could have 7 of each one.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah,
Wait,
I've
what?
had some pretty crazy pets, man. I've had scorpions, I've had iguanas, I've had lizards, frogs, snakes, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I've seen your snake. I feel like I've seen some other crazy pets yours when I was going through your like shorts and stuff. Um,
I had a big
I
black
think,
Malaysian forest scorpion.
yeah, I've seen him, and you just let him crawl all over you and everything. I actually used to have a pet tarantula that I kept in a pokeball, and I would freak people out. I would just pull it out of my pocket, like pop the pokeball open, and be like, I choose you. And freak people out.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but now the scorpion, that's a lot scarier than a tarantula. I guess for most people that would be about the same. But
Well, not really. Now, as far as like, okay, if a tarantula bites you, it can inject you with venom, and it can,
yeah,
if you're allergic to it, it could actually have some pretty negative effects. Um, the black Malaysian forest scorpion that I had, it's kind of the
yeah,
same thing. Like it's no worse than getting stung by a bee,
okay,
as long as you're not allergic to them or anything. Now, let
right.
me just say though, the sting was not the part that you had to worry about.
Pinchers.
Dude, them things pinchers are so freaking strong. Dude, that was a big female in that picture. The males don't get very big. But
Okay.
dude, she latched onto my pinky one time, and I swear it felt like she was about to chop the tip of my finger off.
Oh, mm.
I mean, she had some power. Julie has a pet, Justin.
Ain't that the truth? Hey, Tracy's local learnings. What's up? This is one of my favorite YouTubers. She does a lot of homesteading and stuff. Tracy, check out. You've just been thunderstruck. He's pretty awesome. He's almost to 1 million views now, and he's another fishing YouTuber, just like yours truly, but a lot more successful already.
Ah, you'll get there, man. You'll get there. I see your channel. I see your channel going places too, bro.
Yeah, I want. So what I'm envisioning, I'm hoping that my channel becomes the place where YouTube fishermen come to steal music for shorts. Because I've made like 22 different fishing songs now, and they're all unique. I handwrite all of them. I produce every single one, and yeah. So I'm really hoping that eventually that'll start catching on because I make every different genre of music. Um,
Yeah.
Except polka. I haven't made any polka, and I don't think I'm going to. I know Wisconsin is like known for polka, but I don't know. I can't vibe with that. I can get down with like every other genre, but not so much polka. Um, yeah, so that's kind of one of my goals, I guess. But
And
I'm
you
just
got
having
some
fun
pretty
with it.
good you got some
Huh?
pretty good stuff out there. Like I said, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of country,
Yeah.
especially like today's country, but dude, your other stuff, the stuff that's more rock, southern rock kind of style,
Yep.
dude, totally awesome. Awesome job on that.
And actually, I've been thinking, so like in the wintertime, well, at least last winter, and I'm probably going to do this every winter. I'll make like non-fishing music, just music about whatever I feel like writing about, and then I'll put it to my aquariums as a background. And I've got
Yeah.
like I think I did 14 songs this last winter that were pretty good. And what I think I might start doing in the future is having people send me videos, like a 3 to 5 to 6 minute video of their aquarium, if they have an aquarium, and I'll make a music video of their aquarium. And I was already brainstorming because people were talking about it in your chat the other day. And maybe you could send me like a video of your, like a 5 6 minute video of like your scorpions or your snakes or whatever. And I might try
Yeah.
and make you like not a one for one parody, but like similar to an ACDC style thunderstruck song of your aquarium. But like I want to
Well,
do that for like a lot of the fans. You know what I mean? People send me their aquariums, and I'll make like a music video of their aquarium. I think that'd be pretty
yeah.
cool.
Well, the unfortunate thing with that is the scorpions were a few years ago that I had those. And that last video of my snake I put out was the last video that I'll be able to get of him too.
Oh, I'm So sorry, man.
Yeah, he lived a long life though. I mean, we had him for I'm gonna say he was probably around the 8 or 10 year mark, and that's their typical life range is usually around 10 to 15 years. So he just he chowed down on a frog and then there he went.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
crazy. But, however, here's a silver lining. We now have an open aquarium.
that's true.
Maybe you could do fish.
It'd be hard to keep a fish in that kind of
It's not
it's not
watertight.
well no, it's not a aquarium type
Okay.
container that he lives in. I'm trying to remember what it's actually called.
It's actually meant for venomous hot.
A shadow box, ain't it?
Maybe.
Or something like that. It's pretty much like it's made for venomous snakes.
Oh,
And it's got a glass front on it that slides open and closed, and then the rest of it is like a plastic or fiberglass, and it's got like a vent on the top of it, so like it's
very
totally different.
specifically for
Yeah. Yeah.
herpetology stuff. Yeah, gotcha.
I have no chat on my end anymore. I don't know what happened here. I tried to change it to all chat, and now it's all gone.
Oh, and I forgot to do that too. Let me see if I switch it around. Will it probably won't change yours any, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I have great service and everything, but it's not
Hey,
kicking in.
we're almost at the full hour mark. We did it.
We're gonna make it, bro. We're gonna make it.
Yeah. Just 4 more minutes. Y'all check out at Thunderstruck Fishing. Let's see here. Did I read your description? I don't know. We
It
kind of
don't
already
say
did
anything
all
real
that.
exciting.
Yeah. You're a DIY guy, carpentry and mechanics, avid outdoorsman. Yep.
Yep.
You
I'm
got
just a
any
boring old
big
guy.
plans coming up? I know you go live kind of sporadically.
Yeah, I just kind of go live when I can. I don't really have a schedule with it because I mean between work and things that I do here at the house and stuff, it's just kind of when I get the time I go.
Right.
And when I, get done with projects, get done with some work, whatever I'm doing for the day, then if I got time to go, I go. If not, and weather's not good or whatever, then I can't go. But
Right.
now I do have we're coming up on 5K subscribers, and I'm trying to come up with some ideas, doing some things, hopefully do a couple giveaways, and I do
Fishing
plan
party,
on what's that?
like some sort of celebration party.
Not yeah. I mean, just kind of not a members only. I'm gonna make it public so that everybody can come join in on it. And I mean, I might give away some of the jigs and stuff that I make, or some flies, or something like that. And I'm gonna try. I don't know. I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out coming up with enough funds that I can hopefully get some stickers and stuff made. Because I
Sure.
would really like to be able to have some stickers to do on the giveaway, to give out on the giveaway. But we'll see how all that goes. I'm trying to wing it and figure this out as I go, It's all
Absolutely.
still a learning experience for me.
Same. Yeah. 100%. All right, we got 45 seconds left, and I'm gonna shut her down. We did it. I do a video high five. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Wow. Wait, cheers. Cheers. Give me a cheers stick.
Said crochet hat.
Crochet hat. I can't see any of the chat, so.
I don't know where that is.
At Thunderstruck Fishing, you guys, at Thunderstruck Fishing. Check him out. Please check him out. Thunderstruck. Been an awesome guest. Thanks so much for being my first guest on chumming it up with Fishy. Man, rock. You rock, man. I appreciate it. I really do.
You rock too, brother. Appreciate you, my man.
And we out. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody.